tiniest little watermelon ever. I'm not that kind of gardener. Look at all of the jalapenos on this. We have a dipper gourd in there. Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. Finally, y'all, I finally got the gate painted. So I spray painted it. I did not take any of the hardware off. It is not a perfect painting, but I have said before here, I don't do anything the hard way. I try not to do anything the hard way. So it's a little bit of yellow on some of that black hardware. I don't mind it, and if you do, this probably ain't the paint job for you. But we finally got the gate painted. I'm super excited. I think it looks so pretty. And I know gardening is not about all the pretty stuff, but I like my garden to look pretty. And I think like looking through here and at the purple bags and the other yellow Greenstalk, I think it's beautiful. Anyway, we're going on a garden tour today. I am in Virginia, Zone 7B. I grow in an urban space. I grow in ground, I grow in no dig, I grow in raised beds, and I grow in bags and also containers. But I'm gonna take you through the whole garden, both sides today, and I'm gonna show you what's going on. I have gotten so much work done out here, y'all. Like this morning, I'm on my second shower of the day because I took a shower when I woke up, came out here, worked, like really worked, and then had to take another shower. So now I'm back out here, might end up on my third shower of the day. But it is absolutely worth it. It's absolutely worth it. So y'all, let's just get started. First thing I want to tell y'all is this beautiful blackberry Greenstalk is available. So if you want to get it, it's actually on sale. So it's not full price. I am not 100% sure of the price right now. I'm sure I've already posted in the community section about it, but y'all, it's beautiful. I don't even know if the camera is doing it justice. Purple is my favorite color. I always tell y'all that. This thing is so beautiful. I'm really thinking about getting another one because I just love it. And I know, I said in my video the other day that I was going to put it over in the corner. I couldn't. That needed to be front and center, baby. Like I needed to see that when I came off the porch. It is so pretty. I still need to order the top for it, but oh God, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Anyway, if you wanted it, if you were wondering when it came out, it is available today. But moving along, we have the blueberry Greenstalk, and it is still looking okay. I think that when I put this Greenstalk up, that's when we were having a whole bunch of rain. And so things do look like they are struggling. And I think they're struggling mostly because this thing was so wet for so long, right? But we have peppers in here that's trying to give us some actual peppers. So those are flowers. And then I'm still working on pinning the runners for the strawberries, and that's working out really well. Pretty sure they will be full before we finish out fall. In here, we have another purple rain tomato right here. That's looking good. Finally starting to grow and get some height on it. We have some basil that needs to be harvested, honestly. A lot of these peppers that's down here, I'm probably gonna pull them. We don't have enough time for these to actually produce anything before it's time for me to start planting in this Greenstalk. Honestly, think it was just too wet when I originally planted this out. But the things that are in here, like that's another purple rain tomato. It looks good, except for the peppers. The peppers do not look good. And I imagine the peppers don't look good because peppers do not like wet feet. Like they don't want super wet soil. So I'm going to, just decide that those peppers aren't gonna do anything. I'm gonna pull them, and everything else that's in here though, I'm gonna let it grow until it's time for me to plant this Greenstalk for fall. And so behind this blueberry, we have, what was this called? Pink Blossom? I think it was called Pink Blossom. This one is looking really good. Has a lot of bean plants in it. This is one of the reasons why I wasn't too upset about pulling the beans out of the beds. Like a lot of my Greenstalks are beans, and so I'll get my last harvest of beans off of the Greenstalk. But we have some calendula. Like this one is pretty much done. I need to deadhead it. But the calendula is starting to produce again. So I really like that. We got a bunch of little buds. This is the stevia. That's about to go to flower. I'm just letting it do what it do. But we also have our purple rain tomatoes back here, and we got a lot of blooms on it. So I'm excited about that. They're looking really good finally. I haven't gotten any off of here yet, but the plants are looking much better than they were in the beginning. So very happy about that. If you remember, I told y'all like this This Greenstalk really struggled because I don't think I fertilized it. Then it was in shade. Then it was also in between some T-posts, and so I didn't even want to turn it. So it's doing much better over here. We had the tree cut down, so we're getting a lot more light. So I think it's gonna do well. I think I'm gonna actually get some purple rain tomatoes. We have another Greenstalk, which is a regular green color, but it is full of beans, and the beans are starting, well, that's a pepper right there, but it's starting to bloom. But the beans won't be far behind, if you can see. So a lot of this Greenstalk is beans, and so I will get another harvest of beans. I absolutely love fresh green beans. This is another pepper plant in here. Not sure what it is, but it's starting to throw out flowers. There's another pepper plant right here. And so I am pretty excited about that. Oh, by the way, do y'all remember that eggplant we pulled out of the bed? This is it. Do y'all remember how bad that eggplant looked? It looks amazing now. And it's also starting to throw out what's going to be flowers, what will be an eggplant. And as I have mentioned in quite a few videos, this is where my eggplant will grow from here on out. I will be growing eggplants in Greenstalks. Next year, at least one of my Greenstalks, the 5-tier with the deeper pockets, will have eggplant in the top. I'm the only one who eats them, so it's okay that I only have a little bit, but they won't be going in garden beds. They will be going in the Greenstalks because they have done amazing for me with eggplants. I have more, and I'm going to show you those too. Next is the lemon Greenstalk, where, look at this, we have zucchini coming through. Now, I won't lie to y'all, I have seen a lot of the little worms that barrel through, so like this is pretty hollow. I need to take it off, but we have new ones popping up right here. The zucchini is doing well in this Greenstalk as well. So this might be where I do zucchini in the greenhouse and in the Greenstalks, because that's where I had the most success this year. And at the top of this one, we're still pulling the runners, and see, I'll just do it like this, push this down. It'll touch the soil and it'll end up rooting. And so that is what I have been doing, and that's why you see the pins in here already. But that'll be full, I'm sure, as well by fall. And we have another purple rain tomato over here. And then the cucumbers aren't doing amazing, but they aren't doing horrible either. So I'm leaving those for now because it's not time for me to plant the Greenstalks just yet. So what's in here, I'm just letting it stay. Next thing is my little watermelon over here. The vine has pretty much died, I think, and so I'm looking, and this tendril is dead. So I'm honestly thinking that this watermelon is done. This the tiniest little watermelon ever, but I'm gonna let my daughter open it up and see if she if it's sweet, if she likes it. But I do think that I probably should have started doing something to the bag because the vine just completely died back, y'all. So it's okay. It's okay. The next thing is I did move the eucalyptus, and this is where I put it. I know someone is telling me like just get rid of it. I do not want to. I want this eucalyptus. So I put it over here. It transplanted. It hasn't died, so that's a plus. Now I don't know that it's growing, but it does look like we're getting something new. Hasn't been over here long. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna see if I could get this eucalyptus to live here temporarily until I can find somewhere to put it, because I really do want it. And the person who was telling me to get rid of it, you asked me what species and stuff it was. I don't know. I'm not that kind of gardener. So I have no idea what species it is. It was on sale at my local nursery, and I was like, oh, that would be so cool. I really just want it for like in the shower and stuff, but I just think eucalyptus is very pretty, and I love the way that it smells, so I want to keep that. You also can see I pulled that tomato out. Right beside my Greenstalks is my citrus area, and these are my citrus trees. I finally got through and did some fertilizing. I also remulched everything because the straw breaks down really fast, the straw that I was telling y'all about. So I remulched everything. I think this is a blood orange. If y'all go back and look at when we planted these, it's a lot of growth. Like, I love it. I think this right here is a kumquat. This is a pink variegated lemon. This back here is a Meyer lemon. So they're growing amazingly, y'all. And I just fertilized them with some Dr. Earth granulated fertilizer, watered them really well, because I had asked the question in a video like, should I not fertilize them? Broke Farmer has lots of citrus trees. He said that I should continue fertilizing them because essentially they can flower at any point if the weather is right. So I went ahead and I fertilized them, and we have two more trees over here. I want to say this is a calamondin, and this is a calamondin, and this is a lime. But the trees are doing well. I know someone will probably say you can't grow them in the bags. I know. I put them in the bags temporarily just so I I could get them planted out. I'm still on the search for some pots that I like. And I know a lot of people said that they have like the buckets with the handles. I want to say it like Home Depot or Walmart. So I just need to go and check. I haven't had a chance to go and check, but the citrus area is looking good. And I did not get any citrus so far this year. I have gotten flowers and I've actually gotten the small fruit, but they dropped and I'm okay with that. Honest truth, I'm really okay with that because they could just get established this year. And then next year I could get that kind of stuff. I'm excited. I'm excited that they haven't died, that I didn't kill them. I am nervous about taking them inside over the winter. Hopefully I could keep it alive, but that's my plan. I can't leave them out here in my area. They would die. So quick update, the cosmos are wild and all over the place and definitely went to seed over here. So we will see how that goes. But also look back here. Our lavender looks amazing. It doesn't look amazing, but it looks better than it did when we put it in. Let's say that. I'm very excited for that because I won't be putting cosmos in there again next year. This was just a filler because the lavender looks so bad. Next year I won't have cosmos. If they volunteer, I will pull them. I want this to be my lavender bed. Some not so amazing news, but it's okay. I'm not tripping. There is something in here. Can y'all see all those eaten up leaves? Oh, there's something in there. And I think I saw some earlier today, but these are our fall starts and I plan to take care of this at some point this week. And when I say take care of it, honest truth, my plan is tomorrow. Today is Sunday, tomorrow is Monday. That will be 7 days before I need to plant some of these out. I'm honestly going to uncover them, sit them out in the garden, and if I'm honest, I will do more picking if they're sitting out uncovered. If I uncover them, then I gotta cover them back up, and y'all know how I am. But even with them looking like this, oh yeah, I can see a worm right now, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't take it super serious. I have other starts, and as eaten up as these starts are, I can still put them out in the garden and they will start to grow. Now, will they get knocked back a little bit? Absolutely. Absolutely, because they've already been eaten up, but they will still grow back in the middle. So we will take care of those starts tomorrow. With them out in the garden and uncovered, I will definitely get the worms off more often. But y'all can see, I didn't do that. So if you're new here, I do raise quail and I do have chickens too, but I raise quail for eggs and meat. They are in there. I have 2 coveys. I have some that are hatching right now, but that's another covey over on the other side. I don't open their coops and stuff often. They scare very easily, so I normally just show it from the outside. Hey pup, what up girl? What up girl? That's my little puppy. Chances are, if I'm outside, she's outside too. And she's not a puppy, she's a dog. Her name is Puppy. Anyway, we're over here at the greenhouse. So last week, you remember, we amended these beds, covered them with straw, waiting for fall planting. But we have our roselle back here. I came through today and I tied it up. Someone asked me, actually it was Pepper Rookie. He asked me, would it outgrow the greenhouse and could I top it? I don't know if I could top it. I imagine that I can, because you can see right here that they grow side shoots, if I guess that's what you would call it. So I probably can. Now here's the thing with this. I only put them in here to see if they would grow well. At the time, this was the only bed that I had. Next year, because I now see that they grow really well in here actually, I'm going to put them in this bed next year. They'll have way more head space next year, if you can see, before they reach the top. But I'm very excited that they're growing well in here, and they do get bushier. Over here, they have like just kind of grew straight up. But like I said, they are doing side shoots. So they'll go right up until my first frost. I'm gonna leave them there and then I'll just plant something else with the thought that I won't actually get whatever vegetable that is, unless it's like radishes, which I do not plan to plant this year. I won't get the harvest until spring, and that's okay. So we also have the tomatoes that's still going strong. These are a patio variety. Like this one, I could go ahead and harvest. I did come through and stake them today just because I wanted them to kind of stand straight up. But these have been in since early spring and they have done amazingly in the greenhouse. This is another one right here. Did amazingly in the greenhouse. Also staked that, and we have a whole bunch of flowers on here too. So I'm excited to know that I can grow tomatoes in here. Indeterminates probably are not my best bet. I did try to grow indeterminates in there. They did not do well. But miniature varieties like this patio variety, and next year I'm gonna try the purple rain in here as well. They did amazing and they're still growing. So I know a lot of people were like, it's too hot. I don't think it's too hot. I think it just depends on the variety that I put in here. And that's why I never pulled these, because I wanted to see, like, are they gonna survive? We are in August. They have literally been in, I wanna say, since April, and they're still producing and the plants still look good. So next year we will still be growing tomatoes in here. We'll just watch the variety and we'll also get them planted out early. And so I do have chickens back here. They have a pretty big run area. I changed this up this year, had a shed removed, extended their run. I have 6 chickens total. And so there they are, and I'm excited to have them because we went through a really rough period earlier this year. I did lose one, which was very sad for me. I love my chickens. And then I had to really fight to get them back healthy. I don't really know what was wrong with them, but we were fighting some illness in the flock. So I'm very excited. My son is like, you know, are we gonna get some more chickens? And I'm like, dude, let me get myself together from what I just went through. But I do have 6 chickens back there. So the Greenstalk that I always forget, literally always forget because it's not in my view, is this is my herb Greenstalk. This is new. This is a leaf Greenstalk, so 7 tier. I have herbs in them. Some of them did not make it when we transplanted them from the Greenstalk inside of the garden, which is fine. And we got like rosemary down here. Matter of fact, look at this. This is parsley that the caterpillars ate up. I allow the caterpillars to eat this because I just think they're very pretty, and they also turn into a very pretty butterfly. So I am allowing this to dry out as well. Herbs, most herbs don't just need a lot of water, and these kind of showed that. I think that's what happened here with the things that died, and that's okay. So we have some sage in here. Looks pretty bad. That's lovage. This is some parsley that was literally sitting in its container in the orchard area and I decided to plant it, and so it's getting established. And then, oh my goodness, these leeks don't stop. These leeks don't stop. I need to cut them, but as soon as I cut them, they're gonna grow right back. But that Greenstalk is looking decent. I have started some more herbs. So I started more rosemary, more oregano, more thyme. Very loud out here. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but if you can, my apologies. I started some more oregano, thyme, and rosemary. That's gonna go in this Greenstalk too, but it has a while to grow. I need to go pot them up while I'm outside talking to y'all. I need to be potting up those herbs, but I'll get it done between today and tomorrow. The next thing are our seedlings that we just put outside. Don't look nearly as bad as the other ones, but they're much younger. So these are the ones we put outside a few weeks ago. Well, no, it was more like a week ago. They haven't been out here long. Anywho, they look really good. Look at the lettuce, y'all. The lettuce gonna be beautiful, and I got way more lettuce than I'm ever gonna need. But with that being said, I can plant those in the bunches. I would just get small lettuce leaves and it would still be fine. I could still eat them. I think they belong in this blackberry Greenstalk. I'm not sure. I gotta go look through my notebook, but I think they belong in that. If they don't, I'll put them where they do belong. But yes, the lettuces are definitely going in Greenstalks. Like, a lot of what's going in these Greenstalks are things that I could just come out this back door right here when it get too cold, grab it and go back in the house, as opposed to having to walk through the garden. Although we're still gonna have some of that same stuff in the actual garden area, I wanna put a lot of it in these Greenstalks too to make dinner easy and quick. But what I'm thinking is the stuff that comes out of the main garden is what I will preserve. The stuff that comes out of the Greenstalks is what we can eat daily. But you know, we'll see. So listen, that's the orchard area. We talk about it all the time. Somebody told me I have to have 2 apple trees. I feel like I've said it before, but maybe I haven't. There is an apple tree in there. So it has a pollinator. You just can't see it because the grapevine is wild and all out of place. I have not cut the peach trees. They are done fruiting for the year. I've already harvested those. Actually dehydrated them and they were really good. Now what I will say is I won't be able to eat that many of them because they were very sweet. When you dehydrate fruit, the sugars become way more concentrated. So I won't be dehydrating peaches next year because I shouldn't be eating them anyway. But they are delicious dehydrated. And so that's the other peach tree. If you can see how high it goes, I'm gonna cut all of this down. I am not gonna propagate it. I'm not gonna try to keep it. I don't want a tree this big, and I don't have anywhere else to put another tree. So it's really no point of me doing that. that. But we have roses back here, and I'm gonna show y'all on the other side, we finally, for the first time ever, got rose hips, and I'm very excited. And I mentioned that I'm thinking I was able to get them because I let them grow so wild. I normally cut them. I didn't get around to doing it this year, and so I'm thinking that's why. Now, what I will tell you is I may be getting rid of those rose bushes. What I want to do is have both of the fig trees where those rose bushes are, because if you're not new here, and if you are new here, I'm planning to redo my orchard area. I have not done much of anything with my orchard area this year. When I originally started my garden, I was like, I wanted to be wild and out of hand. I didn't want that. I didn't really want it. I thought that's what I wanted, but I didn't. So I'm gonna redo that in the fall. So right now, it's just being left to its own devices. So y'all, let's go through the yellow doors. I was so excited. I think it's so pretty. On the trellis, when you come in, the grapevine is still grapevining. It's gonna have to continue to grapevine. I don't see myself ever pulling this grapevine down. It would be a lot, but we still have a lot of grapes. I mean, we're gonna have an amazing harvest. They should be ready for harvest sometime in September. That's what I remember seeing on a video. But y'all, they all in here. They're all in here. And everything that you saw from the orchard area, when I just did a shot of the orchard area, all of that is grapevine. It just took over this trellis. And I'm not mad about it, honestly, because I wanted this trellis to be full. I never really thought about it being the grapevine, but the grapevine thought about it for me. When you walk in, you have another lemon Greenstalk, and we have potatoes in it right now. This is me trying this again with the whole Greenstalk. Now, there are a lot of pockets that are empty, and the reason for that is I used very old seed potatoes that I got on clearance early in the season from Lowe's. Like, if you look up here, it's a whole bunch of plants. I don't expect to get a really good harvest because all of these plants in this small space, I'm probably gonna get a lot of small potatoes, which is fine. I did not cut the eyes off of the ones at the top. I think when I got closer to the bottom, I started cutting them because I was running out of potatoes. I am expecting to get better harvest out of the ones going down. And the ones at the bottom we put in recently, like we just planted them, I think on the 18th. So we don't have anything coming up in there, but I'm still watching it. I'm still hopeful. We still have a lot of growing time here in my area. Moving on, right beside the Greenstalk are pepper plants, and we have peppers still growing. We have flowers still coming. These were transplanted out of beds, and we didn't have any transplant shock, and they are starting to produce really well. And so, like, these are shishito peppers. This is a pimento pepper that never produced anything in the beds, but we are getting flowers now in the bags. And then we have another cayenne over here that's like packed with cayenne. Some are red that I need to come and harvest. This is another shishito, and then another cayenne back here. I am saving my cayennes for my chickens. Of course, I'll use it too, like in my fire cider and stuff. I don't eat hot peppers, so I'm not gonna just eat them, but I will use some for me, but a lot will go to the chickens. It is good for their health, as I understand it, and I've always fed it to them. They don't taste heat, and it's good for their health. So for me, I say that's a win-win. Right beside the peppers that I just showed you, you have more peppers. And so all of these peppers were struggling with ants and aphids all year long, right? All year long. But I didn't want to get rid of them. And looky here, banana peppers coming on. This was one of the very yellow plants. If you notice, we are getting some green in here now. And if you remember, I said I wasn't going to treat it. I wasn't going to do anything like that because I knew I hadn't been watering correctly. And so a few people said, you know, it could be a disease. A few people said it could be a nutrient deficiency. And I do believe that. Like I said, it could be either one. We had aphids on them all year long, so it definitely could have got a disease from the aphids. It could also be a nutrient deficiency because when I got tired of the aphids, I stopped taking care of these plants. They were only getting what nature gave them. I'm just making sure I water them. I've also fertilized them really well. I'm just gonna let nature do what it does. I'm not gonna put anything extra into the soil that's not just like a normal fertilizer I would use, because all of these plants are pretty much in the same type of soil mix. All of them aren't like this. So it could be a disease specific to that plant. It could be a nutrient deficiency because maybe that plant was in the sun a little more than the other one. I don't know. I'm not gonna wreck my brain in August for pepper plants. Whatever I get, I'll be happy to get. And these plants are full of peppers, and so I'm excited about that. So like right here, we have a shishito pepper, and there are shishitos kind of all in there. Some of them are red because I have not been harvesting them. This right here, I want to say is a jalapeno. So they're growing. growing. Another jalapeno here. Look at all of the jalapenos on this. Can y'all believe that I was about to get rid of these plants? For what? Cause for what? Like I said, these my peppers and I'ma stick by them, y'all. They are producing. Now down here, these are fair or zones. I'm probably going to harvest them. It seemed like when they were growing, maybe the flowers started to rot or something. They should not be brown. They should just be yellow right now. It could be corking too. I'm not positive. Either way, I feel like I'm just gonna harvest them and see if we can get another harvest off of these. But the pepper plants are doing great. And I know I was gonna get rid of them, but I said, yeah, no, we're not gonna get rid of them. We're gonna keep them and see what we can do. And what we're doing is getting another harvest of peppers, and I'm very excited about that. Going down the line, these are our blueberries. They're done for the year. They finish up like early, mid summer, and then I uncover them because I do cover them to keep the birds from eating all of them. But then after that, I uncover them, and the blueberries are in ground. They've been in ground since I put them out here. I have 6 blueberry bushes total, and I get a very good harvest off of them every year. So y'all, I did order another raised bed. I told y'all that I was gonna order another raised bed. It's the same one we put together last week. So this one, I've just been making sure the soil is moist because it's kind of in a holding stage until we plan out for fall. But I did put this one out. I need to get these things moved. Now the basil, I'm not moving that, but there's a dahlia in here, and then there are 2 hollyhocks in the back. And actually there's 2 dahlias in here. I want to get these moved into the flower bed, and then we are going to go ahead, pull those basil and get this bed full too. Right beside those beds, you have some more pepper plants that I decided not to get rid of. This is a golden marconi, and it's packed with golden marconis all the way across. Look right here. I mean, they're everywhere. There's one right there, one right there, one right there. Then you have the poblano plant over here, full of poblano peppers as well. Sometime this week we are going to harvest these peppers, and the poblano and the golden marconi need to be staked better. I don't have any more of my really good steaks, so I need to go to Lowe's. But yeah, everything's doing really well. I'm so glad I did not get rid of these plants. Like, you see those shishitos? We got shishitos everywhere. That plant is full of them. The plant beside of them is too. And so I used to say to myself, you know, they say pests have a lifespan and they'll be gone, but then if they're gone and my plant is eaten up or struggling, you know, what's gonna happen? This year I saw for myself firsthand, once they move on, and if you continue to take care of the plant, it's still gonna produce for you. There is no signs of ants or aphids on any of these plants. And like right here, this is a jalapeno, full of jalapenos that I need to come and harvest. I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet, but they look really good. Like this one here is the poblano, that one is the golden marconi, and I just need to stake them so that they're not falling all over everything else. They're doing good and they are producing. So I'm so glad I was like, yeah, nah, I'm gonna keep these pepper plants. I got on shorts, y'all, and I also didn't put on any lemon balm. I don't know why I don't do it. I guess I'm just coming outside starting to talk and I don't think about it because it absolutely worked. But anywho, let's move on. Right beside those peppers, you have our carrots. Carrots are looking good, starting to look really, really good. I'm excited to see this. So I'm not really doing much to this area because we've had rain and it's shaded. It never really dries out. So I'm not having to water it or anything. I did fertilize with a balanced fertilizer this morning, but other than that, I'm not really doing much to this bed or these bags. So this is plantain, growing it for the chickens. I probably should have harvested it quite a while ago because at this point it looks like it's dying. This is mullein. If y'all remember, this mullein got ate up really bad and it stayed really moist over here. But look at those new leaves. That mullein looking good. Same thing for this one right here. That's mullein. There's 2 plants in one bag right here, but they look real good, y'all. I'm gonna use that eventually. This bag empty again. Remember we planted something in here? It died and is empty again. So I'm going to amend this bag soon so we can be ready for planting. We have yarrow. Didn't do well because it's just too moist over here. I might move this yarrow into that Greenstalk with the herbs, but we'll see. And then you have some Swiss chard that looks horrible, so it'll get pulled. These bags will get amended as well. But y'all, look at the St. John's wort. St. John's wort has taken off. It has not flowered or anything, but I'm just happy to see that the plant is like really taking off finally. This is a beet that I'm just leaving. I was thinking maybe it would go to seed. It has not. I'm just leaving it. Do y'all remember them overwinter peppers? I be still trying to look at all of the flowers on this little pepper plant. It looked terrible, but I'm leaving it. And this is another overwinter one that was a banana pepper, and it has one on it. But I'm just leaving it. I'm not gonna do nothing with these pepper plants. When we harvest the peppers, I will harvest those, but I am not fertilizing them. I'm not watering them or anything. They look terrible. Right behind the blueberries, we did finally get this bed completely amended. We're just ready for planting. I do think this is where my peas are gonna go. I'm gonna plant peas to go up this trellis in the middle, and I could get more peas that way because I was planting them on the trellis with the grapevine. That's not gonna work now though. But yeah, we finally got that done. I'm very happy about that. These pumpkin plants are still just growing a bunch of leaves. Now, again, I do see the female flowers. The problem is, let me see if I can find one. So here's one right here. They're not opening to get pollinated, I don't think. If it can't get pollinated, then I can't get a pumpkin. But I do still think they're pumpkins. But just stepping back so you can see, a lot of them also kind of fell off the trellis. I had to put them back on, which is why the trellis doesn't look full anymore. But at this point, I'm literally just letting them grow, hoping for one pumpkin because I want to save the seeds. All of these plants volunteered. I had asked for pumpkins from my Facebook friends for the chickens, and then I used chicken bedding in the bed where the carrots are last year, and they volunteered. Oh, also, they have been riddled with squash vine borer, and the plants are still living too. So that's another reason they seem very hardy to squash vine borer. They also lived in the soil over the winter, and then they came up. So I really want to get at least one pumpkin to save the seed from. But just to show you, this is one of the spots where the vine borer went through. You got a spot down here that the vine borer went through. You can see smooth through that, but the plant is still living. And like right here, that plant is still strong and still going. So even with the squash vine borer at the bottom, it went through the bottom too, it's still living. Cross your fingers with me, y'all, that these plants give me at least one pumpkin so I can save the seed. Right beside the pumpkins I just showed you, we have some more peppers that we moved. This is a poblano growing really nicely still. This is a cayenne right here growing really nicely. We just letting the peppers go until the first frost, essentially. In this bed behind it, I don't know if you can see it, it's a Vigo garden bed. We have an elderberry in there. We have a bunch of zinnias still growing. We have a roselle back there as well. So this bed, I have not done a lot to it. It's kind of been self-sufficient. Also, this pumpkin is getting powdery mildew, y'all. Oh my goodness. It's okay, I'm gonna leave it. It just seems like a very hardy plant. Feels like it's a very hardy plant. Over here on this trellis, we still have that pumpkin plant too. That's another one. It does not seem to be doing as well as the other ones. I'm still leaving it. We'll see. We still have beans growing and producing over here. But if you remember, I said I'm going to start saving them for seeds. These are purple potted pole beans. So I'm just saving them for seeds. So this trellis looks pretty bad, but there is a reason for it looking bad. And I have decided I'm just going to let the seeds drop and volunteer, and then I will move them just like I did them this year. It's no point in me having to plant them when nature will plant them for me. On this trellis, we also still have the honey boat delicata. I'm just waiting. It's probably ready now to make sure that it's hard enough so that I can actually save the seeds from it. But that's the only one that really matured that I'm able to save seeds from, and that's okay. Right in front of that trellis is a really bad looking pepper. I left it over here instead of putting it with the rest of the peppers in case something wanted to attack it. It looks really bad. However, it's also still trying to flower. And I found a hornworm on it earlier today. I left it. I'll let nature send the wasp in to get the hornworms. Nature has never let me down on hornworms. In a few days, we're gonna see the little white things hanging off of it, and it's gonna take care of it. It has never let me down on hornworms. So I did not worry about taking that hornworm out. Now, what I will tell you is I amended some purple bags today, and one of them had a bunch of grubs. I took them out and gave them to the chickens. But right in front of that pepper plant is all of our basil that we transplanted into bags. Still looking good. I fertilized it earlier today. So I will also start to harvest this, like just pulling off the tops, like right here, so that they can get bushier and so that I can get a nice basil harvest before the frost gets here as well. We worked on these beds together last week, got those all amended, so they are good to go, ready for planting. These bags are where we planted potatoes for a fall harvest. Now, none of them have come up yet. That was last week, so it's gonna be a while. They had not chitted, so it's gonna take time for them to start to pop up out of the soil, but I do believe that they will pop up out of the soil. So we have more basil going down this way. Pretty much all of this basil was in a bed somewhere, or it was planted with another plant. We're just leaving it in the bags to let it go. Like this one, we really need to prune. It's growing straight up and I'll get that sometime this week. But guess what? We still have our trombonsino squashes. So I'm pretty excited about that. I could eat it now, or I can let it turn like the nice, it's like a goldish brown color, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let it turn goldish brown. There's another one over here, which I don't think it got pollinated. So that will probably fall off soon, which is fine. But guess what? We have a dipper gourd in there. That's not the only one. Hold on one second. Oh, that's one right there too. And then there's another one right here. I have no idea what you do with dipper gourds. I grew them because I thought they would be fun to grow. I actually did grow dipper gourds. I'm excited about that. Next thing is I did go ahead and get these bags amended. These are the ones that had sunflowers and beans in them. They also had the black beans that were drying in them. So I pulled those out. They're up on the porch. I'm gonna save them for seed. I pulled them out pretty late and a lot of it seems to have mold on it. I'm not comfortable with eating that. So I'm gonna save it for seed to plant next year. But all of these bags have been amended and they are also ready for planting. So I've gone ahead and cleared the flower bed of all of the snapdragons. If you remember, I do have more snapdragons in the house. So I have cleared it, but I still need to amend it for planting again. We still have the echinacea, which I think I'm just gonna cut that all the way down. And then this canna lily, I'm gonna cut that down too so that I can just amend the whole bed. But look, y'all, the asters are still happy. I can't remember what this aster was, but they're beautiful. It's not my purple, but it's still pretty. And then there's sedum in here too. That sedum is about to flower. Now these are tomatoes we replanted probably a month ago. I think this is a Carolina Gold. The one that was in this bag did not make it. But y'all look, these Brad's Atomic still going strong. Still producing. I haven't been harvesting them, so some of them are shriveling. In my mind, that's gonna be some kind of volunteer next year, and I'll take it. And over here are the Homestead tomatoes that we planted about a month ago too. These are looking good. I do think we are going to get some Homestead tomatoes. They're flowering already. I'm excited about that. I will absolutely do this again next year. 100% we'll do a second round of tomatoes. All right, and I think we're on to our last thing, which is our lilac Greenstalk, and it's looking amazing. We have eggplants all over it. Remember I told you I had eggplants other places. This is done amazingly. If you remember, this is the first Greenstalk I ever planted out, and I had to redo it, re-amend it and plant new things, and that did well for us. Looky here, y'all. We got beans that are about to flower, so we'll get some more beans. The basil that was so small when we replanted this is huge. We got more beans up here, but y'all look, we got eggplant all in here too. So I'm very excited about that. This is a basil plant that's going to flower, but I'm just leaving it and letting it, but it looks really good. Very excited about that. I am really loving the Greenstalks, and I have started to kind of pay attention to what's doing the best in there, because that's what I'm gonna plant in them next year. Eggplant, zucchini, definitely one of those things. But that's the garden tour for this week. This is how we're looking at the end of August around here at Yellow Door Over Homestead. I absolutely love things getting taken down and getting ready for the next season. Fall is just an easier season, and if I'm honest, it's my favorite season to garden. Originally it was summer, but I have really fallen in love with fall. So let me know, are you doing a fall garden this year? Have you already started your stuff? Let me know. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about the things going on in my garden almost every day. Bye, y'all.